As far as we've reached here, we've been analyzing the growth journey from a new perspective, my own, yeah. And now I just want to sum up everything we've talked about so far and look at the growth journey not as something linear, but as a spiral. We're going to revisit all the episodes we've had this season, reflect on how each of them plays a role in this girl's journey, and bring everything together into a meaningful conclusion for this season. And yeah, this is Braininess, and you are our dear listener, so keep up with us as we are going to explore all those episodes at once. Once you step into the growth journey, in any sense, you realize there is no real ending to it. It just goes on like a spiral. Every time you enter a new chapter of your life, you need a fresh understanding of the situation and a deeper level of awareness about yourself in that specific moment. And that's what we called self-awareness in the first episode. We talked about how important it is to be aware of yourself in any way you can, like in every part of your life. And my logic is that no harm can ever come from being curious and wanting to know more, whether that's about yourself or the world around you. The more you notice and the more curious you are, the better you can handle any challenge that comes your way. And in doing so, you're already walking the path of self-growth. After self-awareness, we talked about rebuilding beliefs. When you first step into your self-growth journey, you might find yourself full of questions about yourself, your environment, and your life in general. I said it's powerful to write down those questions and those beliefs and then ask yourself if they're really valid or not. That's an essential step in growth because if you want to change something, you first have to change your beliefs about that thing. And that begins with spotting them, okay? You first have to know what your beliefs actually are. And you start questioning them and deciding which ones to keep and which ones to let go of. Then we talked about self-made challenges, where you intentionally create challenges for yourself in order to build resilience. That way, when real-life challenges come, you already have the mental momentum to face them. Putting yourself in self-imposed challenge environments help you become more prepared for our unprecedented situations. And just if you keep showing up regularly and consistently, no matter how easy or hard it gets, you start mastering what you're trying to do. That's where consistency comes in, the next root of the self-growth tree. Now, when I say step, I don't mean that these are stages you move through one after another. They're more like roots of a tree, all growing simultaneously, feeding and supporting each other. Each one is essential to keeping the tree strong and grounded. So, as we've talked about before, this self-growth journey isn't linear, it's spiral-shaped. You might think, okay, I have mastered all these qualities, and then suddenly life throws something unexpected at you. You have to rebuild what you've built for. But that doesn't mean your progress was wasted. It means the opposite, actually. It means you've unlocked another level. Now you're growing at a higher point in the spiral. Just like a spiral that keeps turning and expanding. You know, just imagine the shape of a spiral and you can just relate to what I'm saying. If you think of every full round of the spiral as a level, then each person's spiral looks different. I was talking with a friend the other day about how life can be seen as levels. For some people, it might take like 20 years to reach level 10, while for someone else, it might take their entire lifetime. And we never really know how many levels there are. Not everyone's spiral turns the same number of times. Some people's growth journey might not go around as much as others. But for those who seek growth, who truly want to understand and evolve, their spiral will keep rounding and deepening. So maybe what you learn in your 20s might take someone else a whole lifetime to understand. And that's perfectly okay because our perception of the world is different from one another. And that's really my theory behind this whole thing. Now, before I wrap up, I want to talk a little bit about myself. Everyone who knows me knows I have this favorite book called The Dark Horse, written by two Harvard professors, Ogi Ogas and Todd Ross. When I first read it, I was like, oh my god, I've never come across a book that describes me this well. I resonated with it on every level. The book talks about people who have this dark horse quality. Which means that people who find success in their own unique way. They don't follow the standard instructions that everyone else does, but somehow they still find their own path. And it also says that when you're curious and self aware, you start connecting abstract ideas that might not seem related at all, and through that, you create something new, something that wasn't there before. So, people with dark horse quality are actually game changers. So if you're like me, if you feel like the systems and structures around you don't really work for who you are, I highly recommend that book. You might just find yourself in its page too. So yeah, this season of Braininess was pretty much an organized, ready-to-use version of my own theory of self-growth, everything that has worked for me so far, and of course I'm still learning. I'm still somewhere on that spiral, and I'm letting it keep turning and taking me deeper and deeper and actually higher. So I wanted to share this perspective of mine with you on what it means to grow, to be aware, to question, to challenge yourself, and to stay consistent. Think of it like this: if self-growth is a tree, then the deeper the roots, the stronger it stands. And as your spiral keeps turning, those roots go deeper and deeper. And remember, don't expect everyone to have the same height of a tree as yours. If everyone's tree grew the same way, there would be no diversity, no uniqueness. Each person's understanding, awareness, and rhythm are different. And that's the beauty of it. So yeah, this was my theory, my reflection, and my gratitude, wrapped into one. I hope this season helped you see self-growth from a new lens and perspective. I'm really happy to say that season 1 officially ends here. So yeah, that was me making a toast here. The next season of Braininess will be something totally different, probably a little crazier, more theoretical, and maybe even a bit weird. But that's the fun part, and that's what this podcast is meant to be. This was just the beginning. From the next season, we'll start having deeper, stranger conversations about theories, life, and ideas that might not even make sense at first. But that's exactly what makes them worth exploring. So, yeah, here we are. This is Braininess, where we think deep and stay curious. Thank you for listening and keep spiraling upward. So, until the next one, take care.